Ever since the character of Daemon was introduced, they made it pretty clear that Daemon was the strongest character in the verse. Even before Daemon was introduced, we got statements from Amato saying that he made Cyborg stronger than Jigen. And literally like right after that statement, we had got introduced to Ada. And soon after that, we would get introduced to Ada's younger brother, Daemon. And once we got introduced to Daemon, everybody was wondering how in the world was Daemon stronger than Naruto and Sasuke. Because at the time, Prime Naruto and Sasuke were still at the top of the verse, especially after the Ishiki versus Baryon mode fight. And soon later, we will find out that Daemon has some overpowered ability, with the ability of reflecting any attack with killing intent. We will see how this ability worked when Daemon first got released, and he basically destroyed all of those fodder guards. At first glance, the entire fandom was going crazy, as we never saw an ability this broken in the Naruto verse. We've had characters with broken abilities such as Kamui, Limbo, Tsukiyomi, and Koto Matsukami. No character in the verse has had an ability as broken as Daemon. The only characters that come close are Ishiki and Ada. But the thing about Daemon's ability, even though it was so broken, it also had a very simple weakness. The weakness was so simple the entire fandom skipped over it, and that weakness was that Daemon needed to be touching someone in order for it to be activated, which at first didn't make sense in the eyes of a lot of people. But if you went back and read the chapters, you would see that Daemon was touching somebody every time his ability activated. It's honestly a really simple weakness, hence why Ada was trying to keep it a secret away from Code, as Daemon's weakness could easily be exploited. But that weakness honestly wouldn't matter, as Daemon was physically above everyone else, and this would be proven after his fight with No Limiter's Code, as Daemon literally embarrassed Code that entire fight. And in my opinion, Daemon is the reason why Code gives off no aura, as a freshly powered up Code literally got dog walked by Daemon, as No Limiter's Code was literally stated to be stronger than Jigen. That was the first time we really saw what Daemon was capable of, as before that we never saw any physical stats coming from Daemon. Before that, the most impressive thing that he did was basically reflect Kaoki's attack, and even then Daemon didn't even mean to do that, as Code literally dragged him away from Ada. So after we saw Daemon fodderize Code, who was supposed to be the strongest character in the verse at that moment, questions started to rise up if Daemon was as strong as Ishiki, which in my opinion should have never been an argument, as they've always made it clear that Ishiki and Jigen were on two different power levels, and in fact they've always made Jigen the benchmark of always getting stronger. If Daemon was as strong as Ishiki or stronger, Amato would have already said it. In my opinion, the perfect place to put Daemon is stronger than Jigen but weaker than Ishiki. He's closer to Ishiki than he is to Jigen, as the Code fight to me proved that Daemon was closer to Ishiki, as he had just fodderized a threat stronger than Jigen. And in that chapter, Daemon even said that it didn't matter who was 2 or 3 as long as he was number 1. So Daemon's power is obviously through the roof. But in this video, I want to talk about Daemon's full power, as I believe Daemon's full power is out of this world. Now back in Boruto part 1, it was revealed to us that Daemon has never gotten the chance to use his full power. He's never had the chance to go all out at all. So Daemon would then give Boruto the challenge to become strong enough to let Daemon use his full power. Now fast forward to Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, we see Boruto get a major buff in power, to the point where he was also able to fodderize No Limiter Code. And Boruto also did it in an easy fashion just like Daemon did. Both characters gave Code an embarrassing L. So it's obvious right now that Boruto is also stronger than Jigen. But I don't think Daemon and Boruto are going to have a fight at all, as Boruto and Daemon don't have any animosity towards each other at all. In my opinion, I think Daemon gravitates towards Boruto more, as the two characters never really had issues. Now you guys probably understand where I'm going with this. Yes, I do believe we're going to see a Daemon versus Kaoki fight soon enough, as I think the writers have been subtly setting up this fight between Daemon and Kaoki, or at least setting up a confrontation between the two characters, as both characters have been throwing little shots at each other, especially Daemon, as he's been provoking Kaoki this entire time. You can obviously tell that there's a dislike coming from both Kaoki and Daemon. Now we know Kaoki himself has the abilities and experience of Ishiki, so Kaoki would be a great candidate to allow Daemon to use his full power, and that's assuming Kaoki's stage 2 form is stronger than ever. Even though I think Daemon and Kaoki would be a great fight, it's obvious that the fight that we're getting ready to see is Daemon versus Bug, as back in Boruto chapter 5 we were able to see Shinju Bug sense Ada, which is one of the craziest feats that we've seen from the Shinju. And with Shinju Bug making Ada his target, we're clearly going for a Daemon versus Bug fight. Daemon is canonically referred to as Ada's knight, and with Ada being his big sister, Daemon is not going to take too lightly that Ada is being hunted down by Bug. And honestly, they've always been setting this up, as Daemon has always had a weird relationship with Bug, and Bug was the main one begging not to release Daemon, and ironically Bug was also the one to reveal Daemon's weakness. So basically Bug is Daemon's #1 hater, and given the fact that Shinju Bug already knew who Ada was, it's not out of the question that Shinju Bug also has info on Daemon, and I believe Shinju Bug could give Daemon a fight, as Shinju Bug was also pressuring time skip Boruto. But going back to Daemon using his full power, I believe Daemon has a secret ability that we haven't seen yet, because back when Ada and Daemon were first introduced, Code asked them if they had any any other abilities, and Ada simply just waved him off. We will later find out that Ada had the ability of omnipotence and would have the ability to rewrite reality, an ability that only the gods of the Naruto verse had. Now in my opinion, I also believe Daemon has another trick up his sleeve, as we know Ada and Daemon got their powers from Shibai Otsutsuki. Now I want to make the theory of Daemon possibly having a karma seal, not the karma seal that Boruto and Kaoki possess, but a karma seal just like Code, a dud karma. As we know, Code's karma only grants him a power boost. Another clue to this is that Code was also experimented with Shibai cells, hence why Code is also able to use the claw marks. We also know that Code was implanted with the karma before he got limiter, and if you guys remember, Jigen also ordered Code, Ada, and Daemon to all be destroyed. The only reason Code wasn't disposed of was due to the fact he was loyal to Jigen, and also Ada's abilities don't work on Otsutsuki or her siblings. Now Jigen is technically 100% Otsutsuki due to the karma, so Ada's abilities realistically wouldn't have worked on Jigen, so there's no reason as to why Jigen would dispose of Ada, especially if Ada's abilities would have helped the Kara organization, which gives me another reason to believe that Ada and Daemon were failed karma experiments. And if you guys notice, Ada and Daemon never really show off the palm of their hands, and I also seen something on Twitter that Ada and Daemon are also covering their necks, another place where the karma seal could possibly be. Now with them being failed experiments, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them or even both of them had failed karmas. Another clue to this is Ada's Senrigan, as Ada's Senrigan only activates in her left eye, just like Kaoki's dojutsu, and as we've seen with Kaoki, he doesn't need the karma seal to activate Ishiki's dojutsu. And again, Ada also had the ability to fly. Out of all of Amado's cyborgs, none of them know how to fly except for Delta, and she needs thrusters. But just like Ada having an ability that only the gods can control, I also believe that Daemon has an ability that he's just waiting to whip out, whether it's a failed karma seal or whether it's the full power of his reflection ability. As we know, Ada's love charm was just the result of omnipotence, but even then I'm just excited for Daemon's eventual fight, as they're not gonna have him on the sidelines for long. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you guys think Daemon has a dud karma on him as well, or what do you guys think about him having a godly power? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and also follow my Twitter link in the description, and I'm out.